You are now tuned into Two Drunk Sistas podcast, unscripted and uncensored. Grab yourselves a drink and enjoy.
Hey, welcome to
Two Drunk Sistas podcast.
I'm D.
And I'm W.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode.
Yes.
Please excuse my deep voice. My daughter decided to give me a cold.
She wanted to share with mommy.
Because apparently she doesn't know how to close her mouth when she talks. So, that's why I'm stuffy, guys.
Yes.
And what are we drinking?
We are drinking some Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Ooh.
It was crisp.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All that. So, The Conjuring, guys. The Conjuring is here.
Yes, the devil made me do it.
I was so excited that if I had a penis, 2 Chainz said it best. Dick so hard, they make the metal detector go off. It's that sauce. That's what my dang was doing when it came when it came out.
And I was
If
like,
I had
yes,
one.
it's streaming on
Max.
HBO Max, and it's not only in theaters. Yes.
Ask your friends. It's only going to be on HBO Max for a month because I
Yes.
think July 4th is the last streaming, and that's it.
So
It's going
y'all
to
need to
theaters.
watch.
So
Y'all got HBO Max. Watch it.
go ahead and watch it. If you don't want no spoilers, just stop it right here.
Stop right here.
Go watch it
And then come back.
so
Okay.
we can talk about the foolishness.
Make sure you come back.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Okay, so guys, this
Wait, do you like it?
I didn't hate it. I did not hate it.
I did not hate it either.
It's not to say I did not like it. It almost makes me feel like this is what I was waiting for.
And then it like that. It was just like that.
But you know what? I was like, okay, it's definitely something you should watch. I'm not gonna be like, y'all don't waste your time. No. But I honestly feel like this is probably like this is my least favorite Conjuring.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was definitely different. This one was directed by Michael Chavez.
Yeah.
I think his name is.
Yeah.
And he directed The Curse of Lion.
Yeah.
So he did that. And that wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad either.
That wasn't bad, but you could tell the cinematography from the La Llorona
It has that look.
it's the same dark
yes.
I think my TV's broken and I need to raise up the brightness type of thing.
Yeah. You could definitely see the difference.
Yes.
For sure.
James Wan, I think he produced it.
It's story by or
I think
produced
he
or
wrote
something like that. So.
I don't know, but he is behind it, but he's not the director, so that's why it's probably a different feel from the other Conjurings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this is my least.
What would you rate?
This Conjuring?
I mean, from the first Conjuring to the second, where would you put them?
You know what? I could barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Okay, well I can tell you mine.
But I do want to say, my number one was when the nun was introduced.
Okay, so that was
that part 3?
2. Wait,
Part 2?
this is when they go to England. When they said, my name is Bill Wilkins.
But it's a cross between the first one with the family, the Perrin family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cross between that one and
that one. Yeah,
part 2.
That the first one was creepy.
Yeah.
Roger, help me.
That shit was freaky. Yeah. But go ahead and rate them.
So the one with the nun is number 1 for me, and then the Perrin family is number 2.
Yeah.
And then this one is
number 3.
Yeah. Am I missing a Conjuring?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I don't know if because we've been waiting.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
And also there's been like other there's been like other movies to fill in, like the Annabelles and stuff like that. So I think this is the third one.
Okay, so this is the third one. Okay.
This is the third one. And it makes it feels like there was more because the nun came in.
Yes.
And then Annabelle came in.
So we saw so many different
aspects of the Warrens
and
being
characters.
Involved. Right.
Stuff.
So we think like, nah, this is Conjuring 5. But no,
it's
Conjuring 3. So yeah, so the movie so this time around it's not about a house being haunted.
Right.
You know, this time is about a curse.
Yes.
Which I thought that was interesting. So it's about a true story about the Arnie Johnson case. Well, the real story is that he stabbed somebody and
22 times. Yeah.
22 times, and he said that the devil made him do it.
Right.
And some of the parts in the movie is correct, and then some of them is embellished. Like
right.
The house that the family moved into wasn't the real story is that Arnie Johnson and the girlfriend moved into this house, and they brought the brother and other friends to help clean up. And this is where the little boy saw the old man, and it was a woman.
Okay. So in the true
the
story.
real story.
Okay, because I didn't read so you read the backstory.
Yeah, I read the backstory.
Okay, cool.
And so it wasn't a woman like this one. It was a man that the boy saw, and ever since the boy saw this old man and clean up the apartment, there was something in the apartment that had to do with Satanism.
Oh,
that's when it latched onto him, and that's how he was able to be possessed. And they did say Arnie Johnson's character did do the come into me.
Okay.
Because it was in the little boy, and then it did go into him.
Ah, okay.
And the stabbing, instead of the stab in the movie, he stabbed like a boss or something where they were living at.
Yeah.
In real life, he stabbed like, I don't know if it was like his boss, and his boss was having a party, and so he invited his girlfriend, and Arnie had a sister.
Okay.
It was a younger sister, and he was very protective of her. Okay. And the boss had too much to drink, and he was hitting on the sister. Right, and it was more, he said it was more so like self-defense because he was grabbing on the little sister, so because he was very overprotective about that, he stabbed them.
Okay.
But the girlfriend and the sister said when it was happening, it looked like it wasn't Arnie.
Oh, okay. So something took over him.
Something took over. So it was like almost he was like in a trance.
Got it.
Because when it happened, he just dropped the knife and he just left. Left the guy there. So I mean that's the difference of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
True story.
So I mean the movie just basically just starts off with I don't fucking remember. And that's on that.
Doesn't it start off when them having the family?
Oh,
like
you know what? It starts off with we go into the house. The house is a mess. Clearly, something is happening. It looks like there's an exorcism that's taking place.
That's right, yeah.
Everything is crazy. Mm-hmm. And so the movie goes straight
into action mode.
Yeah. You are not left wondering when the shit is going to start. It goes straight into it.
Right.
Which I liked. Because it's like, all right, we already know. Come on, Ed and Lorraine. We already know what's going on. We don't need no other backstory.
Right.
So, okay. So the little boy, there's obviously the little boy that is possessed. Right. They try to exorcise him.
Was it David Glasgow?
I want to say Glatz. I don't remember the
something Glatzel.
Glatzel. Yeah. And so, they've been approved for an exorcism. So the little boy obviously is being haunted by a demon. We see him, going crazy. There's like large animal scratches on the walls and
some crazy shit.
Yeah, and so the priest is coming. Okay, he's coming any minute now. And this is the famous scene.
Yes, yeah.
Since Exorcist,
don't forget the scene now when they have to
Exorcist,
introduce the priest.
And then every time we get ready, D and I always say on any movie that is introducing that scene,
exorcism, yeah.
Father Merrin.
Yeah, Father Merrin, right?
Father Merrin. Father Merrin, because Father Merrin is from Is it from Exorcist?
Yeah.
It's from one of the Exorcists. I don't know if it's the original from the 70s.
I think it's the original.
Okay. But
he always coming out the taxi.
Right.
And then the taxi pulls away and it's the father.
He has a fedora.
Yep. And the house in front of him with the smoky
I'm like,
Smoky
you know
fog.
what? Exorcist done paved this. Okay, it's the original Don Dada.
Yeah, it is.
So the priest goes in there, tries to do this exorcism. The shit just is not working.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where the little kid jumps on Ed and like, you know, I can stop your heart, old man.
Yes.
And Ed is down for the count.
Yeah, this is the movie where the Warrens really took a toll.
They took it to, and I think that's why they say it's the most sinister, is because
they almost lost their lives.
This shit really was like, I'm gonna fuck all your shit up.
Yeah, like the guy from The Possession of Michael Caine.
Dang.
He's like, oh, we here to fuck
We
you
gonna
up.
fuck you up. That is, so I think when they say that it really did take a toll on health wise and just even on their marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say, like, okay, I see why they said this is the most sinister what they've ever encountered. Yes,
this is. I mean, like I said, it's not like the other Conjuring. This time, it's a curse.
It's a curse. Yeah.
And so we were debating whether or not this person who started this curse, or the Satanist who started it, we was like, is she a ghost?
Is it the land curse? Is the house built on an Indian catch and kill them?
Right.
What's happening? And then while all this stuff is going on, Lorraine is also having she's in a trance. She's seeing things. She's seeing an altar. She's seeing candles being lit. And so it is causing her head to hurt. So Ed is on the ground. The little boy is going berserk. The fucking boy Arnie is, grabs little boy, and Lorraine her hand is on her head. I mean, it's just a fucking mess.
It is a mess. Shit. I was like, oh shit, they down for the motherfucking count now.
So the scene opens up with all that. We see all this happening, and Arnie, of course, is trying to be the hero because this 8-year-old little boy is suffering.
Yeah, because he has a relationship with the
sister. Yeah,
and he sees the little David as his little brother. So yeah,
and so he says to the demon, leave him alone. He's just a little boy. What happened?
He says to the demon.
Demon, exercise the demon. This house is clear.
Get him out of here, loser.
So he says to the demon, like, leave him alone, take me instead, and bam, that's all you gotta do. Say. And then the fucking demon obviously switches from the little boy to Arnie, and everybody thinks it's all well in Whoville, but, Ed has to go to the hospital. So Ed is unconscious.
You forgot where Ed's, when Arnie was saying, come into me.
Yeah.
Ed saw it.
Yes, Ed saw, no one else. Because I was telling Dee, I said, okay, so nobody else but Ed. And Ed is he can't talk.
Right.
Because he's in a hospital. So I'm like, oh God, nobody saw that shit.
Was he in like a coma or something?
No, I just think
it's because of the
heart attack. Yeah, and it was a massive heart attack. It wasn't even but that's because the demon, like, was fucking with it.
Yeah.
Fuck with his, like, his heart.
God.
So, as soon as Ed wakes up, y'all, we're not going to go through the whole fucking thing. As soon as Ed wakes up, Ed is like, Lorraine, you need to call the Glasgow.
Right. The Glasgow family's in trouble.
She's
like,
no,
it's okay.
The demon is good. Nah, B.
He's like, no, it's got Arnie now.
It's got Arnie Nash.
Chabu. And you can see
married now.
And you can see Arnie is going through the turmoil. He sees the visions and stuff like that. Okay, so this does have creepy parts to it, but it's not the original jumpiness that we're used to with Conjuring. It's just a different jumpy.
Yeah, I actually was like,
I actually fell asleep.
Dee fell asleep, and I was like, okay, and I was leaning closer to the TV. Not that close, but I was like, scare me. Just scare me.
Oh,
and I wasn't really like...
Yeah, I don't think it's scary.
It's not scary at all. At all. Scary. And so, the story goes, guys, they're trying to figure out what is causing...
Was she in it?
What is this? What's causing, this thing to happen? And so they go back to the beginning. Right. They're like, okay, we need to start from the beginning. Right. And they kind of retrace their steps to see, okay, so when y'all first moved in, when did it happen? And that's when the family's like, well, when we first moved in the house, David saw something, and that is how they went down a rabbit hole.
Right.
And figured out, I guess...
It was a cursed object underneath
underneath the house.
Right, because David got ate by the waterbed.
Right, the waterbed was eating his ass.
The waterbed was
trying
like,
to eat him.
Come, David,
Right.
I'm home. I was hungry.
And it was from then on, David, got possessed or cursed, rather.
You're right.
And so Lorraine went underneath the house to see what the hell, you know what I'm saying?
Because from that waterbed spot, they put a carpet over it, and it was like, oh yeah, it got damaged.
Water damage.
Right,
yeah.
but Ed was like, this is not water damage.
Right.
So that's when they went down there.
Right,
Yeah.
and Lorraine uncovered this totem that looked fucking creepy, y'all. I was like,
it looked like a mouth and definite. I feel like it was definitely crafted by body parts.
yes, weird.
Yeah, very
bones
weird.
and
Yeah,
shit like
teeth
that.
and all
Yeah,
that, yeah.
it was really weird. And so, they were like, okay, what the fuck is this? They
What is
obviously were talking to other people to try to see, is there anyone who has knowledge of this totem?
Mm-hmm.
We see them drive to a home somewhere, and they were told, I guess, how did they get introduced to this priest?
The priest that went there to do the exorcism on
Right.
David.
Okay.
He said he knew somebody who knew about the occult.
Got it. Who studied
who studied the occult and the Satanism and stuff like that, and he'd be the one to help them with this object.
So, guys, the priest that they go see is, I don't remember his name, but he played on Fringe.
Yes, Fringe. He was Dr. Bishop.
Yes, and he also played on...
His name is John Noble.
Oh, John Noble. He also played on, oh my gosh, what's the Headless Horseman thing?
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, okay? If you guys remember, he was the son of Katrina and Ichabod Crane.
Ichabod Crane.
Okay, he was one of the four... I don't remember which horseman he was.
He was a sin eater.
Yeah, he was the sin eater.
Yeah.
So, guys, the noggin is working. The noggin is working. So, we see Noble, okay? And Noble is explaining to Lorraine and Ed. They show him the photo of the totem. Mm-hmm. And
he knew exactly what it was.
He's like, you need to... What do you tell them? Don't bother with this, or wherever you got this, turn away or whatever.
Yeah, because he was like saying that these people is not
you
people that
fuck
you
with
don't
people.
you don't mess with these people. Like these people, these Satanists are like the real shit.
Yeah,
and they will fuck up your shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wanted to say. But Lorraine was like, oh, "Come on, we've seen
like this
is nothing. We
are the Dandaras,
right?
Okay,
but he did warn them. He's like, well, if you are gonna go through with it, are you willing to sacrifice everything?
Yeah, because that's basically what it's going to take to save whomever, wherever, however. Okay, and so he takes them down to the basement where the priest has his own dungeon of collections. And Lorraine is obviously, she's clairvoyant, she's sensitive, and she's like, I ain't trying to go down there, daddy.
Right.
And so
I ain't gonna try to go down there, daddy.
She ends up going down there, and the priest is explaining to them, like, this is what these people do. They are fucking
they
horrible.
Get into your head. They destroy everything.
Yeah, they're just crazy. And so they leave there, and they follow the trail to
a trail. A trail.
What's the name? Okay. So remember, guys, they ask, I guess, some members of their family and the person who was working with them send out these photos to the local police department so we can find out if there's connections anywhere. If anybody ever seen anything, yeah. And so they end up in, I forgot, Massachusetts.
Yes.
And
start with the D.
Danvers.
Danvers, yeah.
Where it's a case where two girls go missing. They were best friends. Mm-hmm. And I guess
one was stabbed 21 times. 21 times.
One was stabbed 21 times. 21 times. The girl was stabbed 22 times.
Oh, yeah, 22 times.
Just like how...
2 + 2 is 4.
Just like how Ernie has stabbed the guy 22 times.
Right.
So they go, they make the connection. We're not going to get into the nitty gritty. Lorraine obviously is gifted. The police try to, say she's They want to
a
see,
fake.
what she working with.
Right.
She obviously leads the police to the body because the girl was missing.
Right.
Okay, one of the best friends went missing, and one of them obviously is dead.
Right.
So she helps the police with the case, and
in order for them to help them with
their case.
Right.
So they retrieve the case file, which is what they came for,
right.
and they still are trying to find out what the fuck is the connection, because you got they're in whatever city,
right,
but the other case is way Massachusetts. So they're like, okay, how is it that we're here and such and such is like however how many miles away,
right?
But it turns out that one of the girls went to college in the same place where Arnie and the family have that whole issue,
right?
And so obviously, okay, the common denominator is that area,
right? There's someone in that town
that's doing something. See, I was like, okay, the person whoever's doing this is obviously dead,
right? Because they look old,
right? Because we see, and again, we're not gonna go through the whole thing, guys. Lorraine,
she was doing what Jesus was doing, miracles.
Yes, Lorraine
and reappearing.
Taps into. So when they find the body, Lorraine touches the body,
the body of the missing girl.
The missing girl,
right?
Lorraine taps into,
she touches the body,
the energy to try to see if she can see something.
Yeah.
Y'all, she makes a connection. She sees the fucking altar. The same altar that she saw in the beginning.
Right.
Where she was touching her head.
Right.
So she's like, okay, bitch, this is it. The connection. I see it.
Right.
We see this raggedy. No, she ain't raggedy. She look. At first I was like, oh, it's a Puritan.
Puritan, yeah.
Then I said, oh, wait, no. She just dresses the way I guess her outfit was.
I guess that's how the Satanists dress.
Yeah.
Like they have to,
black
like
attire,
it's all black dress.
And with
a white collar or something like that.
Yeah. So she makes a connection with this woman, and the woman is like, what she tells the woman?
She said, how are you doing this?
How are you doing this?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, God allowed me to see you. And she's like, well, your God is damned here or some shit.
No, he said, she said that, well, God damned you.
Bitch.
Because he brought her there.
Bitch. So Lorraine is like, this bitch work both ways. We could tap into her, and she can come in and tap into us.
Right.
Now when she comes out of this trance, she tells Ed she knows who we are.
Right.
So, bitch, they the motherfucking target.
Not at the target, yeah.
Okay, so things just spiral out of control, guys. And, of course, like any curse, you can break it.
Yes.
Okay, they figure out that this woman has some link to the town. Mm-hmm. And so Ed was asking Lorraine, do you remember hearing or seeing anything?
Yeah.
So she's, trying to remember. She's like, yeah, I remember hearing a train, but it's very muffled.
Right.
And water. Mm-hmm. And so, I guess after doing digging and studying, Lorraine, they found a book.
They found a book, and they wanted to go to the father who they...
Your father!
The father who originally helped them and told them about the Satanist group.
Mm-hmm.
Lorraine went back to him to say, hey, I got this book, tell me more of what happened. And then that's when he was telling the story. Before that...
Oh, the priest, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when Ed and the assistant realized that where the murders took place, it was in the middle of where the priest lived. Yes. And that's when Ed went like, oh my God, we got to get to Lorraine. And so Lorraine is just walking in.
She's walking the danger zone.
Yes. Okay. She's walking into the danger zone.
Right.
Yeah. And
so, of course, he's, he gonna die for his wife. He like, wait a minute now. My wife is over there.
He hauled ass.
I got to haul ass.
And leave his medication.
Right. And so Lorraine obviously is talking to the priest. The priest is like, oh, let me show you something. He takes her back down to that whole, his area where he got all his collection. And so he shows her this book. Mm-hmm. He begins to tell her the story about how he had a daughter, but the mother died during childbirth. Yeah. He hid the daughter so that nobody else would know. He raised her. And so we see in the photo album, it's the lady. So again, I'm just like, is she dead?
Right, but so she was born in 1939. So she's alive.
She's alive. She's in her, 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. So we're like, okay.
Is she 50?
Almost 60? I don't know.
No.
50?
Yeah, like mid-50s probably.
Okay.
Yeah, almost 60.
Yeah, so we're like, is she alive? I'm still like, I'm asking D, so is she alive or is she dead?
Ghost, right.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And I think D was like, you know what? I think she's alive, but she just has powers.
She has powers, right.
So
We don't know for sure. That's why I'm just guessing, because she was doing the Houdini.
Yeah,
she was appearing in one spot, and then she appeared in another spot, and then she would play games with people's minds and stuff. So I was like, yo, she got to be like a ghost or something.
Right. And so Lorraine, he tells Lorraine her altar has to be down there because as a child, she would like...
The priest said
that.
Yeah.
She would, go down there and play in those tunnels.
Right. And she fell in love with the occult because the priest was studying the occult.
She fell in love with his obsession.
Right.
And that's how everything kind of unfolded.
Right. She went to the dark side.
Yes. And stayed there and loved
made a deal
with the demon. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's, when Lorraine, so the priest tells her it's down there, go look. So obviously she's walking and we see the daughter, she fucking kills her dad.
Right.
Like,
she kills the dad.
She kills the
dad. Dr. Bishop is gone.
He gone. And so Lorraine sees this, okay, while she's down there trying to find this altar.
Right. She's getting connections with...
Right, because she's connected to the lady.
With the lady, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so... Y'all know they fight. She's Lorraine trying to fight, trying to find an altar, trying to break it, trying to push it, trying to do something.
Right. It's a Harry Potter war.
Fucking Harry Potter. Okay.
Two bitches.
So Ed finally gets there. He calls down to Lorraine. The fucking Satanist lady does something to Ed, and he is on a rampage. He's possessed. He's trying to kill Lorraine while Lorraine is talking to him psychically, telling him, our love is strong. We can beat this. It's not our weakness. Open your eyes and I love you, honey. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. So he wakes up from this trance before he does that, he has like this heavy ass duty. Jackhammer, but like a
sledgehammer.
Yes. And so when she tells him, open your eyes and see me, he takes the hammer and bashes the altar.
Right.
Okay, and it just breaks. Meanwhile, Arnie is fighting for his life
at the prison
because what the Satanist is trying to do is complete the curse, because her soul is also at risk.
Right.
So she's basically is trying to give the demon what the demon is asking for, and she has to complete these rituals, which is by murder and by suicide, and someone else who is of faith, right? Purity has to die, and that was a bitch. That's Lorraine. Or Ed.
Yeah.
So that is the whole curse. Now, once the altar is broken, the bitch is like, I'm going to kill y'all. Mm-hmm. She reappears. And we're like, at that point, we're like, she's alive.
She's alive.
Because we see like blood running down her nose from when Lorraine hit her over the head. I'm like, okay, she's alive.
She's alive. She just got mystical powers.
Yes.
Right.
And so Ed is like, so obviously the curse is broken because the altar is broken. And Ed is like, well, the demon, you were supposed to give the demon something. Yeah, you ain't give the demon something. Right. So he coming after something. Right. And the something is you. So and so we see the demon who takes her form, kills her, obviously. Just mangles her body, and bam.
He shakaje that shit.
Yeah. Shakaje?
Yeah.
He shakaje. Which is like a Creole word. Anyway.
I did it delicately.
She did.
She shakaje that shit.
And so, guys, that is
the Conjuring. It should have been the curse of the Conjuring.
It should have been the curse of...
Or the curse...
The Conjuring curse. The Conjuring's curse.
No, it should be the Conjuring, the curse. The Satanist curse.
Yes.
Something like that. Not the devil made me do it. Well, I guess they were like saying the devil made me do it because that's what the guy really said.
Okay.
In real life, he said the devil made him do it, but it's not the devil, it's a demon.
Yes. So yeah, guys, that's the Conjuring.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
But it wasn't their normal Conjuring that we know of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what did you think about the Conjuring?
And which one is your favorite?
Yes.
Now that the Conjuring season has, I don't think it's completed, but...
No, I don't think it's completed.
The third installment, now tell us which Conjuring you like the most, what's your least favorite, and hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah, on our email at 2drunksisters@gmail.com. The number 2, drunk, DRUNK, sistas, SISTAS@gmail.com, and hit us up on our Instagram at 2drunksisters.
Yes, guys.
So if you made it this far,
yes,
We are giving
Kudos.
5 lucky people some handmade natural soap from Martus Naturals. If you email your address, this is for free. The first 5 people we get to email your address, send it to the number 2 drunk, DRUNK, Sistas, SISTAS at gmail.com. Send us your name and address, and you will get a free soap trial size sample. Listen, guys, these soaps ain't to mess with.
Okay,
summer's
bad. All right.
Summer's around the corner. You gonna need to get your hands on some soap and upgrade your shower game. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy.
And be safe.
Peace.
Bye.